Magandang araw po at magandang gabi sa mga nakakapanood sa gabi at sa lahat po ng naabot ng video na ito. Welcome po dito sa AMD o Avoy Mix Videos. Ngayon po ay re-reviewin natin itong video ni Military World tungkol dito sa missile na i-deploy sa Pilipinas, no? Yung tinatawag nilang anti-ship, no? Yung Nemesis missile, no? So, ito po yung video ni Military World at sama-sama natin bigyan ito ng ating reaction at pati ng comment. Pati po kayo, inaasahan ko po yan dyan sa comment box. So, wag na natin patagalin. Ito po, i-play na natin ang video.
The Navy Marine Expeditionary Ship Interdiction System, or Nemesis, has finally entered low-rate initial production after being sidelined since it was deployed for the first time 3 years ago. Let's take a close look at what makes the Nemesis so advanced. But before we get started, if you enjoyed this video and would like to see more just like it, remember to give us a like and subscribe to Military World to get more sent straight to your notifications. The Navy Marine Expeditionary Ship Interdiction System, or Nemesis, is a mobile...
Wait lang, ha? Nakikita niyo ba kung saan nakasakay yung tao? Ano ba ito? Isang uri ng unmanned vehicle? No, kasi parang hindi ko nakikita yung tao. Sige, tingnan natin, no? Play natin ulit.
Based anti-ship weapon system deployed by a small team within the littoral environment intended to support land-to-sea attacks for the U.S. Marine Corps. At the end of April 2024, the U.S. Department of Defense settled a contract with Raytheon, an RTX business, to deliver the system for the first time in a deal worth nearly $50 million. These units are due to be completed by August 2027, according to contract details. It features the Naval Strike Missile supplied by Raytheon and Kongsberg. The missile can escape enemy radars by performing maneuvers and flying close to sea level. It carries a 500-pound class warhead and programmable fuse.
So malaki, no? 500 pounds warhead, no? So kaya nito talagang magpalubog ng mga barko, no? Kaya tinatawag ito na land-to-sea missile, no? Kasi anti-ship missile ho talaga ito. Design po ito para talagang palubugin ang mga barko. So talagang ito ho ang kailangan natin ng mga Pilipino kasi maraming ganito dapat, ano? Kasi marami rin mga barko ang China, no? At possible na ma-intercept to, kaya dapat may maraming ganito.
NSM is a modernized version of the Norwegian Penguin anti-ship missile. The missile is mounted atop the chassis of an uncrewed version of Oshkosh's Joint Light Tactical Vehicle, which is known as the Remotely Operated Ground Unit for Expedition.
Yan po yung itsura nung yung harapan. At wala akong nakikita, baka sa kabilang side yung yung taong nagmamaneho nito, no? Wala ko kasi makita ang sakayan ng driver, no, para i-drive niya ito.
Fires. The vehicle is remotely operated using the teleoperator or leader-follower modes. It was built...
Ito naman yung kabilang side. Yun yung laki ng tao. Wala talaga makikita baka unmanned po ito.
Specifically for use by the United States Marine Corps to support anti-ship operations from the ground. Based on the JLTV chassis, the vehicle lacks a crew cab or body. This is integrated with sensors and cameras, with a launcher mounted atop the vehicle. The flexible design of the platform allows it to be configured to meet different mission requirements. The vehicle can also be integrated with scalable and futuristic weapons later on.
Ay, opo. Kung mapapansin nyo, may tao dun sa likod, oh. So, siya yung nagko-control ng vehicle na ito, no? Na loaded ng missile, no? Remote control po siya. So, kaya wala tayong makikitang sakayan ng tao rito. At kung ita-travel po ito, hinihila po ito ng truck kung malayuan po, no? Pero pag naka-deploy na, mismong military personnel po yung nagko-control nito as a remote control vehicle.
The Naval Strike Missile is a modern multi-mission cruise missile that is meant to strike defended maritime and land targets. It has a range of 115 miles and terrain following guidance setup, which is supplemented.
So 150 miles po yung range niya, no? So tayo ay may 200 nautical miles. Ibig sabihin, yung papasok doon under 150 miles, kayang-kayang maabot. Pero yung 200, parang malabo na.
By GPS. The missile incorporates stealth features that reduce its signature, such as an S-ducted serrated inlet, flush-mounted panels, and mid-body chines. The missile also incorporates a passive dual-band infrared seeker for terminal homing. This allows the missile to go after targets without setting off any electronic warfare systems. The Nemesis is not considered an autonomous launcher, as its fire control system is not controlled by the self-driving system and autonomy technology. It is
so not controlled by self, no? So control to ng military, ng personnel o yung tao talaga.
It's operated by a Marine who is responsible for mission planning and firing of the missile. The United States Marine Corps and Raytheon successfully tested the Nemesis off the coast of California, U.S., in April of 2021. The Naval Strike Missile was fired from the system against a surface target at sea. The Nemesis system was also successfully demonstrated at the Sink at Sea live fire training exercises, SINKEX, in Hawaii in August 2021. The SINKEX is a part of the U.S. Navy's large-scale exercise 2021, a triennial exercise designed to test the operating concepts of the Navy and USMC. The Nemesis, which integrates several proven systems, exemplifies the flexible procurement policy that many governments are taking across defense recently. Defense procurement agencies are seeking to build on existing platforms through integration. This allows the armed forces to acquire what they need at pace in a security climate that now demands timely delivery. Moreover, the USMC is developing and fielding new anti-surface warfare weapons capabilities, including Nemesis, on pace to support Design 2030 objectives. Force Design 2030, also known as FD 2030, is an ongoing force restructuring plan by the United States Marine Corps to reshape its combat power for future near-peer adversary conflicts that was introduced in March of 2020 by the Commandant of the Marine Corps, General David H. Berger. In October 2023, the program was renamed Force Design, removing the 2030. These new capabilities contribute to the fleet's ability to achieve sea control, sea denial, and defense against adversarial amphibious force missions. Beyond the ominous name, the Nemesis is designed to boost the Marine Corps' anti-ship capabilities, particularly for...
So itong maganda nito kasi maliit lang siya. Capable siya ilagay sa mga barko rin, no? Na may malalapad na deck. Capable siya, basta malapad yung deck. No? Dapat nga mayroong ganito yung maglagay nito mismo dun sa Spratly kung nasaan na malapit yung barko nating Rusty, no? Yung Rusty na Sierra Madre. In fact, pwede nga ito ilagay doon sa ibabaw ng Sierra Madre. No? Tatlo. Kasi medyo malapad yung nun no? Pwedeng apat. Kasi nga maliit lang siya.
Potential conflicts in the Pacific Theater, where Marine units would be expected to deploy to several islands throughout the ocean. It's the first time the anti-ship missile system, which has been in testing for several years, is entering the field. The Nemesis will be operated by the 3rd Marine Littoral Regiment's medium-range missile battery, based out of Oahu in Hawaii. Marines twice fired and hit a decommissioned vessel, as well as practiced loading and unloading Nemesis aboard a C-130 aircraft, according to Joe McPherson, Program Manager for Long-Range Fires at Marine Corps Systems Command. The Nemesis provides this regiment a potent sea denial capability in support of our mission-essential task to attack enemy maritime targets. 3rd Marine Littoral Regiment Commander Colonel John G. Lahane said at the event at Marine Corps Base Hawaii. That capability greatly enhances the regiment's ability to support and integrate with the Marine Air-Ground Task Force, the fleet, the Joint Force, and our allies. One major aspect of the Nemesis is that it is designed to be operated remotely. The missile launchers are mounted on an uncrewed Joint Light Tactical Vehicle. Marines controlling the vehicles and firing the missiles will be away from the systems themselves.
Yun yung sinasabi nila, no? Yung nagko-control malayo doon sa unit na ito, missile, no? Tamaan man siya, no? tamaan man ng kalaban itong unit na ito, ligtas yung tao. Yun yung mahalaga doon eh. Yung ligtas, yung operator. Kasi malayo siya. No? Pwede siya magtago, no? Habang ino-operate niya itong Nemesis missile na ito. No? Pwede nga itong 1:1. Ano? Kasi isa lang yung nagko-control. No? At kailangan sa nagko-control na ito ay well-trained, no? Para sakto. No? Ibig sabihin maasinta niya talaga yung kalaban. At pangalawa, sabi nga nila, tested na po ito. No? Ang good news, maglalagay sila sa Pilipinas nito, no? At sana damihan na nila, no? Damihan na, no? Tulong na sa Pilipinas 'yon. No? Sana bumili rin tayo ng ganito. Although bago ng US to Hindi natin alam kung nagbebenta sila nito, no? Kasi alam ko pag mga bago, hindi kaagad-agad sila nagbebenta ng ganyang mga klaseng sandata kung bago, no? Pero pagka matagal na sa kanila, nagbebenta na rin sila.
As the launchers would in turn be targeted. The Marine Corps plans to field a Nemesis system with every Marine Littoral Regiment, with several stations throughout the Pacific. The system's deployment is the latest in a series of efforts by the wider American military to build up defense capabilities throughout the Pacific theater. That has ranged from building up missile defense and overall military infrastructure on Guam to restoring decades-old airfields on islands that saw some of the fiercest fighting during World War II. Within the United States, changes, including fielding the Nemesis, as well as recent holding exercises in Alaska, where the U.S. Army showed how quickly it can field infantry and M142 high-mobility artillery rocket systems into the Altunian Islands. The regiment's medium-range missile battery will operate the Nemesis within the regiment's infantry battalion. The Fire Support Coordination Center within the regiment will integrate the missile along with other kinetic and non-kinetic fires as they conduct maritime dynamic targeting process tasks, a rapid way to identify and hit targets from multiple platforms. Norwegian defense firm Kongsberg won a 5-year, $900 million contract in November from the Navy, the firm's biggest missile contract ever, to provide the Nemesis and the Naval Strike Missile, which the service uses on its littoral combat ships and Constellation-class frigates.
So makikita natin dito, design talaga rin siya para sa isang barko, no? Sa mga missile cruise. Ito po yung mga missile ng mga ginagamit ng Navy o mga missile cruise littoral warship, no? Naglagay lang sila ng vehicle nito para pwede itong ilagay sa shore, no? Sa mga tabing dagat para umasinta rin ng mga kalaban sa barko na within 150 nautical miles. No? So Norwegian po ang gumawa nito. Baka pwedeng makabili tayo nito sa kanila, no? Kung hindi man tayo makabili sa US. Ang sinasabi dito yung mismong missile, no? Yung nag-design. Pero yung launcher, baka may mga Pilipino dyan na kayang gumawa ng launcher ng missile na ito. Para missile na lang yung bibilhin natin.
The Marine Corps procured 97 Nemesis in fiscal year 2023 and another 24 in fiscal 2024, according to the service's fiscal 2025 budget request.
Konti lang pala sa ngayon ang meron nitong US. Yun lang siguro sinasabi sa media. Pero ang blackout media, siyempre hindi i-report kung gaano ba karami talaga yan.
Those procurements filled the service's initial capability need for the missile. Given that it is assembled using technology from other established programs, Nemesis's overall cost should be less expensive compared to most new weapon systems. That said, the Marine Corps has always been a budget-tight service, and senior brass know that won't change in the near future. What are your thoughts on the Nemesis? Let us know in the comments below.
So, hanggang dito na lang po yung video ni Military World, no? At tingin ko, dahil bago nga ito, syempre, effective. At syempre, mahal. No? At sana kahit mahal to, ma-afford natin to kasi ang nakasalalay rito ay yung bansa natin. No? Sabi nga sa Amerika, napag-usapan daw tayo sa Amerika dun sa Congress hearing nila na dapat dagdagan yung pondo para sa military, no, ng 2% sa GDP. Kasi Pilipinas naman to. Para sa atin po yun. At yun nga, no, at siguro kahit dahil na nalalagay sa alanganin yung ating bansa, kahit hindi siguro 2% o kahit mas dagdagan pa dapat maging priority natin ito. Siyempre, alam naman natin, marami pang inaasikaso o iniisip yung ating ng ating mga leader ng bansa para sa ikauunlad ng ating bansa. Pero dahil nga may mas dapat tayong priority yung ating seguridad, pwede naman sigurong dagdagan, ay siguro 3% kaya, di ba? So, yun po, ano po kaya ang masasabi nyo tungkol sa missile na ito? Dapat ba tayong meron na to o wag na lang? Dagdagan na lang natin yung ating mga Typhoon missile or else yung isa pa, yung HIMARS. Alam ko, HIMARS positive na magkakaroon po tayo niyan. Pero ito, bago nga ito, sigurado expensive po ito. Pero kung sa safety nung operator, okay to kasi unmanned po ito. Controllable to at ng isang operator na kung saan malayo siya, tamaan man yung missile na ito, ligtas yung operator. Yun po, importante kasi yung buhay na mag-ooperate, na hindi nakasalala yung buhay niya. Po, sana nakapulutan po natin ng kahit konting idea yung tungkol dito sa Nemesis missile, yung anti-ship missile na i-deploy dito sa Pilipinas. At wag ka, meron pang isa na binanggit si Hegseth noon na unmanned surface vehicle na napaka magaling daw itong unmanned na to. So, kagaya nito, unmanned, pero controllable pa rin to ng malayo. Pero yun, siyempre, unmanned po surface vehicle. Mostly, pag surface vehicle, pandagat po yun. Hindi natin alam kung ano yun. Hindi niya sinabi. Tsaka sa kaalaman po ng lahat, dahil may nagko-comment, bakit daw po ibinabalita pa ito. Meron pong tinatawag po tayong media na inaalaw na malaman. Pero meron naman blackout media. Kahit balita, wala kang maririnig. At yun po ay tanging militar. Sa militar lang ang nakakaalam. Yun yung hindi dapat malaman ng media. At hindi dapat malaman ng kaaway. Kung ano man yun, wala na tayong idea doon. Kasi blackout media ngayon. So hindi po lumalabas yung balita tungkol doon. Sarado po. Ganun po kahigpit ang military. Kaya okay lang kung meron tayong mga ganito kasi parang propaganda ito, na medyo sa atin na panig na ito, bansang ito malakas kasi meron silang mga ganito. Pero lingid sa ating kaalaman, merong mga usapin militar na hindi na pinapalabas sa media. Baka hindi nga natin alam, meron na pala tayong nuclear warhead dito sa Pilipinas. Yun yung sinasabi ko, na hindi dapat ipalam. Maaring meron, maaring wala. Maaring wrong information, maaring hindi. So, no idea po tayo pag tinatawag na military blackout media. So, okay lang kung may mga ganito tayo. Yun lang po, maraming salamat po sa pagtangkilik dito sa ating channel sa Avoy Mix Videos. At huwag po natin makakalimutan, lagi ko po sinasabi ito sa uli ng video na manalangin po tayo para sa kapayapaan ng ating bansa at sa kalapit ng ating bansa. O maging China, ipanalangin natin sila na lumambot na yung puso nila at wag na silang maging greedy. Panalangin natin sila. Diyos lang po kasi ang pwedeng makapagbago ng puso ng tao, na umatras na sila, at tanggapin nila ang katotohanan, ang powerful po ay US at hindi po ito banta sa kanila, kasi ang iniisip ng China, banta yung US sa kanila, at parang feeling nila api sila. So yun po, hanggang sa muli, ito po ang Avoy Mix Videos. Maraming salamat po.